Mackey Motors in Lake City is the place to find new and certified used vehicles. With a knowledgeable sales staff and an amazing service department, you'll drive away satisfied. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City. MackeyMotors.com.
Talking here today with Riley Aragon, Landon, Sporrer, and Redge Potts. East Sac County for these two guys, and Redge, of course, of South Central Calhoun. They just ran in the 2A State Boys Cross Country meet up here in Fort Dodge. Riley, good, strong finish for you here today. Take me through that last part of the race and how you felt like things went.
I think the back stretch was a little bit harder. Then I got kind of down that hill and it gave me momentum, and then just people cheering me on to finish. So I got to finish that hard.
Saw at the start, looks like you got boxed in a little bit. Did you feel like you got out clean, or how rough was the start for you?
I think I got out kind of normally. I mean, I didn't sprint too far to get ahead of people. And I just took the outside turns. But I kind of got boxed in when it got into like the deeper parts of it.
What was the strategy for you coming into today?
I wanted to try to control my paces, go like a faster to slower, but I think I controlled it a little bit too much, so then it didn't really go as planned.
Happy with how you finished today? I'm getting the sense not as happy as you'd like to be.
No, I mean it's all right, but I definitely could have done a lot better.
What do you take away from being up here and getting a chance to run in this year?
Just to not let like faster people like control how you're going, not let them like trying to carry you more than you should be going, and then yeah.
I had you jump about 20 spots there over the last mile and a half. Take me through kind of passing the groups and what you were doing to be able to get as many people as you did.
The hills did it a lot. I mean, a lot of people were tired, so up the hills they didn't go as fast. So I really used those to pass most of the people. And then when they were just like boxing themselves in, trying to stay tight on the lines, I would just go around where it's open.
What's the biggest memory you're going to take away from being up here today?
Probably just the experience, getting to run at state. Yeah.
All right, tell you what, great job today and all season long. Appreciate you joining us. Looking forward to seeing you next Sunday at the All-Star Game.
Maybe.
All right, perfect. Let's slide over now to Landon Sporrer, who's joining us also from East Sac County. And Landon, how did you feel? You look like, too, that you kind of got off to a pretty good start, but were you happy with it?
Not terrible. I got out to my first and second mile where I wanted to be, but last mile I kind of just started to die off.
Okay, was the pace just that quick early on, or do you think a little nerves, or what do you attribute that to?
I think everyone's kind of just going at a faster pace the first couple of miles. So then once they kind of keep going, you start to slow down. You're like, oh, crap, I kind of got to keep going. I got to keep pushing when it gets really tough, even though you could be going faster than what you're already supposed to be going. So then it can make you die easier.
Cross country, such a mental sport in a way. It builds toughness in you. So I know you fought through. How did you fight through that last mile or so of the race?
I just kept trying to catch the next group and sprint down the last little hill area that we have for a finish.
How quick was the pace time-wise for you? Do you know what your splits were in the miles yet?
I think my first mile was 5:10, and then second was like 10 or a 5:30 to 5:40 area, which is normally where I'm at. And then last mile was around like 6. So I needed that to be around like another 5:30, 5:40 to run I wanted to.
Were you hoping to run kind of 5:30 all the way through today?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
Okay. So what's going to be your memory that you're going to take away from being up here this year?
I love the environment. I love how there's just people from everywhere. You can't see outside of the track because it's just like a tunnel. Just fans. Everyone's just cheering at all times. It's just really awesome.
Did the weather impact you today, or was this a good day to run?
It's not that bad. I thought it was pretty good, but once you get in the race, it can start to get a little chilly.
How did you get chillier? When did you start to warm up some?
The first mile was pretty warm, and then it kind of just kept slowing down. I kind of just got getting colder.
Okay, well, I tell you what, congratulations on getting up here. Great season on to you. Appreciate you joining us, and hopefully we'll see you next Sunday at the All-Star event.
Thank you, you will.
You bet. And let's move over now to Redge Potts from South Central Calhoun. Redge, you and I were chatting as we walked over. I could tell you were a little disappointed, but to get here, quite an honor. So what's the thoughts going through your mind right now?
That I could have pushed. Could have had a better performance in this race, and that I just keep working hard over the winter to be good in track.
So take me through the early part. Did you get out okay, or did you feel like the start wasn't as smooth as you wanted it to be?
In the first straightaway, it wasn't as good as the start as what I wanted, but by a mile in, I was happy with it and happy with my time going through a mile. I think I went around 5:07.
What was that about what you wanted for an average? What were you hoping?
I was hoping to get out a little faster and run like a 5:10 to 5:05, which 5:07 is right in between there.
Okay. So with that start, there's 130 or so guys running. What's that like to all kind of to crowd together there and stuff?
It's so weird because in every other meet, I've just been like up at the top instead of like I'm 30th or so.
So how did you adjust to that? Because that's got to be different for you.
There's nothing really you can do besides just try and stay as calm as you can. I feel like it's worse though when I was last year when I wasn't nearly as good as like a 100th at the mile marker.
I know I had you 29th. I said after the first mile. You said you started kind of getting a little bothered and stuff there. When did things start to kind of go wrong?
Just kind of around a mile and a half or so. That's where I wanted to push and I just didn't have it.
How'd you try to fight through that? Because I know you're pretty competitive.
I just gave it everything I got, gritted it out.
Take me through that last mile and then down the straightaway to the finish line.
Well, there's nothing really I can say. I don't really know how to describe it. Going down the straightaway though, at the end, my calf cramped up and then I just couldn't walk after I finished.
So that stinks. There's a word I'd rather use, but I can't. But what's it like though to try and battle through and you got all those people trying to cheer you on?
It's I don't know really what to say.
Do you notice it at all, or is it just you're so focused on running you don't even notice the crowd?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say I really focus on the crowd, but then like maybe sometimes I'll hear a familiar voice or something cheering me on.
Well, I tell you what, tremendous season out of you.
Yep.
Appreciate everything that you've done with us this season and the great year you've had, and I hope to see you coming up next Sunday at the All-Star event.
Yeah, I will make it there.
All right, perfect. Redge Potts again with the South Central Calhoun Titan Boys Cross Country team.